Let's talk about labels. And what I'm about to talk about is going to come off kind of like a rant. And most of you will turn off within the first 30 seconds to a minute because you'll either not understand what I'm trying to say or you just won't care. I'm cool with that either way. But, sorry, I'm playing with my Zippo. I got to stop doing that when I record these. Okay, so we're going to pretend that we're talking about labels. But really what we're going to do is we're going to use an example of property. Right now I'm sitting in a very beautiful little area right outside the city. And in front of me is the beach. A lot of birds you'll hear in the background. Beautiful, beautiful birds down here. Now, where I'm sitting, where I'm parked at, I'm allowed to park here. But the whole amount of the property around me, I'm not allowed to walk on. I can't go. There's nothing there. It's just empty land right on the water. But I'm not allowed to go on it because it's private property. So my demonstration is going to be a conversation between, say, me and the property owner. Which the property owners, I'm not trying to throw rich people under the bus, but it's literally right behind my van. There's a couple of $1 million, $3 million, $5 million houses, and it's their property. Now, I come here all the time. Ever see anybody out here bathing or anything? Because it's not a beach. It's literally, the water's in front of us, but it's more grass and a couple of trees and stuff like that. If I was to get out of the van and I was to walk on the property and one of the property owners saw it, they would say, hey, you can't walk on there. That's private property. And I'd say, well, why? And they say, well, because it's ours. It's our land. Okay, but why is it your land? Well, because we bought it. Well, who'd you buy it from? From the state. Okay, well, where'd the state get it from? Well, they acquired it, when the state of Rhode Island was inducted. Okay, where'd they get it from? Well, what do you mean, where did they get it from? Well, like before they got it from their induction, who owned the land? Well, nobody did. Well, that's not 100% true. I'm pretty much sure we could say that the Indians might have owned it. But even before that, they didn't really own it either because it wasn't theirs to own. It's land. It's dirt. It's a label. There's literally nothing to own. If on this property next to the water was, say, a house, or even a carport, or a boathouse, then okay, you own that. But because you have a piece of paper that tells you that you own this land, you're telling me that I can't walk on this land and I'm trespassing. Yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, but you're not using this land for anything. No. So why can't I walk on it? Well, because you're gonna put trash on it, or you're gonna abuse it. Well, no, I'm not that kind of person. I'm the kind of person that would pick up trash in nature and put it where it belongs. Well, it doesn't matter. Okay, but going back to your point about trash, I see a lot of trash out here all the time, and I pick it up and I put it in trash cans. If this is your property and you're so worried about it, why don't you pick up the trash? Because it's not our trash. Oh, but it's your property. But it's not our trash, so we're not responsible for it. Okay, but don't you want me to not walk on the land because you're afraid that I'm going to trash it? Yes, that's exactly right. Okay, but so somebody else has already walked on it and trashed it, and yet you haven't done anything about that trash. No, we don't have to. It's just our land. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? It's all labels. It's all bullshit. It's all a scam. The whole property owning thing, I could go off on a whole tedious rant about that, but it would be filled with ego. But you can use the property thing as, and I'm not telling any of you to go out trespassing or anything like that, although I've been known to do it myself countless times. And usually the police they agree with me. They usually agree 100% and go, yeah, you're right, but just keep going. But what I'm doing is I'm trying to use it as an example as labels, is that we label everything. Like, this is good, this is bad, she's ugly, she's hot, he's an asshole, he's a good guy. Well, that's just your own personal opinion. It's just a label. You're using your opinion and you're sticking on that person as a label. Now, some of you listening probably own things and you probably think that you own those things outright, but you don't. It's just a label. You might own a house. You may say, well, hey, I pay taxes every year, man. You don't know what you're talking about. That's fine. Ask yourself that. If you own your property and you own your house, why in the hell are you paying taxes on it? You already paid sales tax when you bought it. So why are you continuing to pay? Land tax. It's a label. It's one big system of scams that it goes back multiple generations. It's not just an American thing. It's all over the world. This is my land. You can't trespass on it. Why? Because why? It's turtles all the way down. And it's the same thing with labels. She's ugly. Why is she ugly? Because I don't like the way she looks. What's the way that you look? What's the style that you like? And why? And just because somebody doesn't fit your style, why apply a label that that person is ugly? That doesn't make any sense. By that standard, I could say that you're ugly. Well, no, I'm really good looking. Well, that's your standard of what good looks is. But by my standard, you may not be good looking. You flip the table on them, and they won't know what to do. It's the same thing with anything in spirituality. We label it all. We say that we don't. We try to imagine that we don't. But what do you think enlightenment is? It's a label. What's nirvana? It's a label. What's awakening? It's a label. It's all just labels. Everything that we do in this walk, whether it's spiritual or just your regular experience, life experience walk, is a label. We say, well, that's a tree. Is it? Just because somebody named it a tree a couple of 100 years ago in an English dictionary, we'd say, well, that's a tree. Is it really a tree? For all I know, I don't know. I don't know what it is. If you take labels out of the equation, you wouldn't know what anything is. Now, obviously, if somebody tells you, hey, pass me the salt shaker, you got to put a label to some things because they're harmless. But when you actually sit down and barrel it down and look at all the labels that you use every day in life, some that you consider good labels and some that you consider bad labels, they're all just labels. And while you may think it's a good label, for all you know, it's interfering with somebody else's labeling system and you're causing harm. None of this is going to make any sense to you unless you actually sit down and think about it for a second. Do you really own anything? Because saying that you own something is just a label. I love you all. Walk in light.